Okay, this video is what does a PET scan look like? A PET scan, we're talking about, there's different types, but the main type is fluorodeoxyglucose. And the key point is glucose. It's most commonly done for staging of cancer. Cancer takes up about 100 times more glucose than other cells do. Here's a PET scan I'll show you now. And there's a couple interesting things about this. I actually want to talk, you can also look for infections with it, but there's different types. There's bone scans, it's a little different. But what I wanted to emphasize was, take a look at the brain. This one's actually not windowed as well as I'd like it to, because the cerebral cortex takes up a lot more glucose than does the white matter. It takes up, it's about 4 times more blood flow. Cortex means bark, like the bark of the tree. So the periphery of the brain will normally be most avid for the PET tracer, the glucose. Cancer, again, takes about 100 times more glucose than other cells. That's why you use it to stage cancer. But what you can see on this picture is very useful. The brain burns tons and tons and tons of glucose. This is a normal scan here. So because of that, diabetes is a terrible disease. And like I said, the most common reason I talk to a stupid person is because they have diabetes. And if you mess up the glucose metabolism to your brain, there's a very high risk of becoming stupid. And of course, I've also talked about who's stupid. The sleep apnea patients tend to be stupid, and the kidney failure patients tend to be stupid. Their blood's really prothrombotic. All right, so anyways, that was the key point of me showing this to you. The brain takes up tons and tons of glucose. Next in line, second most, is the heart, and especially the left ventricle, okay? So it wants to have a lot of glucose as well. The liver uses a lot too as a metabolic workhorse of the body. The reason you see increased uptake in the kidney excretes it. And there are some mesangial cells that burn primarily glucose, but the purpose of this was to see, number one glucose user is your brain. And so if you mess with glucose metabolism with diabetes is the gateway disease to all the Western diseases, diabetes and hypertension. Very high risk. You're going to end up stupid at a young age, late 50s, early 60s. So that's a normal PET scan.